Okay, when we do seminars all over the world, I ask the question, when you sponsor someone into your business, how much teaching and training and talking time does it take you before your new person can actually go out and sponsor someone? Can you do it in 1 or 2 hours, 2 or 3 days? We have people 3 months in the business and they still haven't sponsored anyone. Well, do you want to know why they haven't sponsored anyone? It's so simple when you hear it. It's because nobody has taught them something that they can do. Isn't that simple? And that's what I'm going to do for you today, because I'm going to teach you the system. And once you learn the system, you'll be able to take a brand new person in less than 10 minutes, teach them enough information so they can actually go out and start sponsoring and building a business. Now, since it only takes less than 10 minutes, I do have some additional information I would like to share with you. First of all, I'd like to talk about salespeople. Now, first of all, 5% of the population of any country are the good salespeople. 95% are the non-sales type. People want to go out and look for salespeople. Historically, in our industry, the type of person who has the least chance of making it is a salesperson. But now, if you happen to be a salesperson, listen carefully, because see, a salesperson can be huge in this business if they're willing to learn this business. We are in network marketing. We are not in sales. Typically, a salesperson will want to go out and recruit 100 people or more. See, the life of a salesperson is being recruited by a sales manager to sell for the sales manager. So you recruit a salesperson into your business, what they're thinking, oh, I'm going to go out and recruit a bunch of people to sell for me. Well, that doesn't work, because we don't recruit people to sell for us. We sponsor people so we can go to work for them. Totally different. And salespeople don't duplicate. And see, in our business, you're only duplicated when the person you sponsor is 3 levels deep. You've got to teach someone how to teach someone to do the business. And of course, with our system only taking 10 minutes, this can happen very, very fast. Now, another thing we do is an attitude about who you can talk to about your business. Most people, they want to sell their products from their company because they have a hot product. Well, only 15% of any population are sick, hurt, or into health. That breaks down to 8% that are really into health, and anyone would argue that point. I say measure the square footage of the health food stores in your town and the supermarkets, you won't even have 8%. You know, even though we might think we have the best health products on the planet, what we do is teach our people to look for people who want something. And they don't have to look very far, because 95% of any population that we've been in all over the world, the people want something better than what they already have. The 5% on the top, they already own their life. That's having the time, the money, and the health. That's what it means to own your life. That's why we wear the Own Your Life pin, okay? People ask us about that. So they have the time, they have the money, and they want to live forever, so we say they make great customers. So with our attitude and philosophy, we have virtually 100% of the market that we can approach and talk to our business. And the people that come into the business then become what we call converts to health. And since they're not used to taking health products within a week or 2, they're going to come to you and say, man, these products are really fantastic. Okay, but you didn't have to sell it to them. See, what we're really doing is building a family of consumers. Another question I ask at our seminars is, how many of you have ever had someone tell you they don't have time to do the business? Well, everybody raised their hands, both hands, because that is the number one excuse people have for not doing this business. I don't have time. But see, it's how you do the business why you get that excuse. If you go over to someone's home and spend an hour and a half, 2 hours with them, they're going to think that that's what they're going to have to do. And they're going to say, I don't have time. You take someone to a hotel opportunity meeting, pick them up at 7, get them home at 10 o'clock at night. They're going to say, hey, I don't have time. And besides, when you do the hotel meeting, people think that's what the business is about. We're in a mobile society. People move around. People's best friends, best contacts are hundreds, maybe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 miles from where they live. So you have to have a system where you can literally sponsor people anywhere in the world where your company's doing business and do it right over the phone or on Skype. So again, the system totally eliminates that objection. I have one more thing I want to do before I teach the system, and that's our basic philosophy. If you owned a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, that's a hot vehicle. See, everybody thinks that their company is the hot vehicle. Well, you go over to someone's home and you show them your hot vehicle, sure, they go ahead and get signed up. They go out the next day, start talking to what could be their best prospects, and they get totally blown away because they don't know how to drive. They don't understand network marketing. And what we want to do, and it's very, very simple, before we show someone the vehicle, we want them to know how to drive it. That's why it's important as part of the system. We have them read the 45-second presentation book, because when they read that book, then they will understand the business, and when they understand it, then we say, now they know how to drive. One more analogy, the people who are using the product approach to building their business, it's like you've got to lift up the hood and take the whole engine apart on your vehicle before you can go anywhere, and this takes time. Okay, with our system, all we have to do is hand them the keys to the vehicle. They can get in, start sponsoring immediately, start building their business, going down that freeway, and they can be listening to CDs like we call it a university on wheels, and learn everything they need to know about their business while they're actually building the business. And of course, today with all the people in their commutes, they certainly have plenty of time to do that. So let me role play the system. You're in a restaurant with a friend, and you would always do this when you're about ready to leave. You don't want to start it too soon, because then you get too many questions that maybe you can't answer because you just got started. So you're about ready to leave the restaurant, and you say to the friend, you know, you could really help me out. Do you know anyone who likes to travel and go on vacation? I have never got a no to that question. Notice I didn't ask the person if they like to. I asked them if they knew anybody that would like to. Well, it takes 3 things to travel and go on vacation. It takes time, it takes money, and it takes your health. If I can show you how you could have all 3, would you be interested? Now, did you notice I start off asking them if they knew anybody, but then I ended up by saying, if I could show you how you could have all 3, would you be interested? Folks, if you can learn to do what I just did there, teach your people to do what I just did there, you can build a business, because see, that is all you need to know to start building your business. You don't have to know anything else, because from this point on, the tools take over and do all the talking. So if they're interested, you know, if I could show you how you could have all 3, would you be interested? I hand them my lifestyle card and have them read the back of the card. And the back of the card is the 45-second presentation. By the time you subtract out the sleeping time, commuting time, working time, things you have to do each and every day of your life, most people don't have but 1 or 2 hours a day of their life to do what they'd like to do, and then when they have the money to do it. We have discovered a way a person can learn how to own their life by building a home-based business, and we have a system for doing it that is so simple, anybody can do it, doesn't require much time at all, and there's no sales involved in the system at all. So after they've read the card, the 45-second presentation, then we loan them the book, either the audio book or the 45-second book. And the reason we do this is so the person can understand the business. And we don't tell them to read the book because it goes on the shelf. They get to it in due time. We tell them to read the first 4 chapters. And we have found that probably 90% of the people that read the first 4 chapters will finish the book right then. So let me do a quick review on the system. You're talking to a friend. First of all, find out if they want something, and then ask them the question, do you have any friends that like to travel, go on vacation? Well, you know, it takes 3 things: time, money, and health. If I could show you how you could have all 3, would you be interested? They say yes, then we call it doing this and have them read the card, and then we do that and have them read the book. And we have a lot of fun with this at the seminars because I tell people that you can literally practice your business before you go to bed at night in front of a full-length mirror. Because see, all you have to do is get your card, get your book, and you stand in front of that mirror. And remember, it's your choice whether you want to do this before or after you get undressed. Okay? Now, you do this, you do that. You do this, you do that. Because see, if you can teach someone to do this, you can teach them to do that, you can build a business.